Well, the Overwatch 2 devs are finally cooking. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due because Freya has got to be one of the best designed heroes since Ana in Overwatch 1. And you can argue with me in the comments about it, but man, Freya just feels so rewarding and so darn fun to play. And it's just really fun. Just so fun hitting her shots, her abilities, her kit, all in all is just, I think, really well thought out here. So credit to the devs. They are cooking here with all the changes in the game, and this hero is a whole lot of fun. And I played her for quite a bit for this weekend, and I gotta admit, I mean, this is really good. So to start off, her passive is bounty hunting, right? This is what I think is making her pretty broken at the moment. Not the best DPS, but one of the best DPS in the games. Basically, her passive ability, bounty hunting, gives her every 3 final blows additional ultimate charge. So she can get her ultimate extremely quickly. And I've gotten her ult like within one team fight. I had my ult in a team fight, then got my ult for the next team fight very quickly. And it's very strong. So she gets a 25% ultimate charge that is granted over 2 seconds upon the 3rd final blow. That is absolutely insane. And I will say I was a bit confused playing her at first because she is a new hero. So I was trying to understand, do I use her secondary fire or her primary fire more often? Like, what do I do here? And I actually came to the conclusion that you use her primary fire to rapidly fire your automatic bolts, and this will get you a ton of damage. They do 30 damage per second. She has crit damage as well, does 60 damage per hit, and she does almost 5 shots per second, like 4.81 shots per second. It's very fast. And she has 12 ammo, and her reload time is like around 1.6 seconds. It is a fast primary fire. It's very strong. You should use it to break barriers, to shoot folks, to do damage, and then use your primary fire second. So her secondary fire is take aim. So a direct hit does 40, and it does explosion damage. So if you do a direct hit, it does 40 initial damage and then 90 damage when it explodes. That's 130 damage. Now, if you don't do a direct hit, it does have a radius of 2.3 meters. So if you hit it on a wall or someone on the floor, it will do 30 damage and explosion. But it also does self damage to yourself. So if you shoot it on the floor, you will take 15 damage. If you shoot it at a Genji and they deflect it, it will hit you for 45 damage when it hits you. It does have headshot damage as well on the direct hit, and it will do 80 damage on a headshot plus 90. So you have the capability of like one-shotting some heroes in a game. It's very strong. Very strong. But you do get some like movement speed penalties. Like, you're a little bit slower after you use it, like 35% movement speed after the slowdown. That's the penalty that you take, and it slows down when you do use it in the air. So you are basically a standing still target, and it's all in all like really cool to just be shooting your primary fire, then using your secondary fire, your take aim ability in between, and then the other ability that you combo with is your quick dash. So it's a movement ability. She has 2 charges that are stored in, and its cooldown is 5 seconds. And basically you get the dash forward 10, like about 10 meters, and that's pretty strong. And it also reloads your take aim ability, your secondary fire. So you can do a combination of shooting your primary fire, going over to your secondary fire, your take aim, hit somebody with it, do a quick dash with your ability, hit him again, and just kill him. The other ability that we have here for Freya is Updraft, and once again, a very strong ability too, because this launches her upward. And when you get launched upward, you can get high ground and just kind of be like a better Hanzo or a better Ashe, in my opinion. Just having the ability to, one, dash away and have 2 charges and Updraft up to get to a better high ground. It's just a very strong ability. She gets about 8.5 meters up after using her Updraft ability. Her ultimate now is also another pretty strong ability. It's called the Bola shot. You do need to, in my opinion, try to get direct hits on folks, because it will then have a secondary function of, if you direct hit somebody, and this was confusing at first for me, if you direct hit somebody, it sucks folks in on the enemy team within 5 meters into you, basically almost like bringing them all together like a mini graph. And it does damage over time, and it slows those people down in that in their ultimate range. You can use it to shoot it into a general area. It will do damage and slow folks down, but it's not as strong, and it's also doesn't slow them down as much when they're, as opposed to getting pulled in. Pulled in, you get like a 75% movement reduction. Now, if you just do an area damage and you shoot it at someone's feet and don't direct hit them, you get 25% movement speed. So it's still effective, but it's just not as good in my personal opinion. Also, you know, it does damage over time, and it's better to just direct hit folks. You do more damage that way and slow targets down and pull enemies in that are around that person that you took it on, that you use it on, and it brings them into the ultimate. Now, I personally have been using it to like go after squishies in the backline, use my updraft and a charge to go into the backline to basically focus a target that's out of position and just pop the ult on them real quick. And you could just take that target out 1v1 very easily and, you know, charge your ult again in like 20 seconds because it charges so quickly. Her perks now, I mean, some folks I've heard discussing that her perks aren't really the best in the game. I'm going to go through her minor perks. So her minor perk that's locked at level 2. The first one is called Frost Bolts. Basically, enemies hit by 3 of your primary fire, your regular bolts, in quick succession. So basically in a row or within one another, are slowed by 20% for 2 seconds. I think this is arguably her better minor perk because you're looking to do damage and you're looking to hit targets that are slower. It's easier for you to hit those targets, and I have been going with Frostbolts. But on the contrary, some folks like her secondary perk, which is Tracking Instinct. I don't really find it all too effective. It just shows you where enemies are. Critical health enemies are revealed to you. So I mean, if you're looking for more map awareness, I would go with that, but arguably I would say Frostbolts is the much better perk here for Freja. Her major perks, I've been a little bit on the fence about her major perks. I think both are pretty good. I wouldn't say her perks are the best, but I also wouldn't say her perks are the worst. Her major perk here is Ready to Hunt, the first one. The duration is 3 seconds. So when you use your updraft, you get in 3 seconds to get basically a temporary free use of quick dash. So if you're out of quick dash, you could quickly hit updraft and then use quick dash to get away. And you basically would have 3 quick dashes at the end of the day, but they don't obviously go in as a charge. You always have 2. So this could be effective to get away, but also to be a little bit more offensive. So if you use both of your secondary fire charges and your dashes and you're in a big fight, you could updraft and dash and use your and freeze up in the air and use your secondary fire again, take aim and shoot someone, so you can do more damage that way. So pretty effective, pretty useful major perk, Ready to Hunt. The other one is Relentless Barrage, which at first I was going a lot more Ready to Hunt, but I've been leaning more towards, like I said, on the fence with Relentless Barrage. This major perk, if you do a direct hit with your take aim, your secondary fire, it refunds 4 automatic bolts of ammo. So essentially, you have 12 ammo. You can get up to 16 ammo. In that case, if you are using this major perk, Relentless Barrage. So just constantly spamming with your primary fire, spamming, and then use your take aim ability, your secondary fire, shoot somebody, you get 4 more bolts, you can spam. You know, I think it's pretty effective because you can get multiple take aims and just keep refunding your ammo and getting ult charge. Get your ult right away in like 15-20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And yeah, she's very strong. All in all, Freja is a very fun hero, very well designed hero in my opinion, and takes skill to play her. Like, you need to have pretty good aim. It's not the easiest hero to play, and it's also not the hardest, but she's definitely very rewarding. She plays more so like, in my opinion, like a Ashe, Hanzo, Pharah hybrid. Ashe, like, take aim, the secondary fire that Freja has, the damage that you can get with her, that's like the Ashe concept. Hanzo with like a mix of Hanzo storm arrows, and her movement abilities more so like Farah. Her updraft is very similar or the same as jump jets, and her quick dash is the same as Farah's dash or very similar to it. She doesn't have hover jets, but she does move very similar to like how Farah plays, and it's definitely a lot of fun. She also has that perk, which I don't recommend getting, which kind of reminds me of Sombra, right? The tracking instinct perk to see enemies in critical condition. The same concept with Sombra. So she reminds me, if you can, she plays like a flanking sniper, because if you think about it, she has multiple movement abilities. She can go up in the air and dash twice. She can go flank, get high ground, kill somebody, and get away with 2 dashes or try to get away. Whereas if you're playing someone like Widow, she just has her hook shot. Her hook shot is that one cooldown that she has to try and get away. And Hanzo just has his wall climb, which is not as good as Updraft. And he just has his dash as well in spacebar. So take it as it is. I've had a lot of fun playing Freya this weekend. I think she's still available for one more day or a few more hours to play. I highly recommend you checking her out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you like her? Do you think she's OP? Does she need some reworks? You tell me. Once again, thanks for watching.